G'day, hi, this is Julie. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the hashtag 2022 Doodle Challenge JUN for June. Linked below is the other playlists for all the challenges. So we've got Doodle challenges for April, May and June so far. So there's playlists you can link on, or you can go to the hashtag and see the wonderful videos that are out. There's already some gorgeous ones. The only one I've managed to see so far, because I have been a bit pressed for time, is Leighs. Leighs is gorgeous. I haven't had a chance to comment on any, but yeah, please check out Leighs from Leigh's Art Studio, my co-host. Her gorgeous flowers on this beautiful painty background. So what I've done is I've just chosen some different Gelli Prints to use to doodle on. Very simple doodles today. Nothing difficult. Anyone can do them. Just grab yourself some Gelli Prints or some painty papers, watercolor it, whatever you like, and have a go, because yeah, it's really simple. This first one I've chosen is one that I Gelli printed with a stencil, and I did gesso with clear gesso all of the Gelli Prints to make it easier for them to take the markers. So it sort of jumps straight in. I don't know what happened to the video. I've lost some video, or I didn't press record, so some of them haven't been recorded, but I've got 3 or 4 to show you. So the first one is doodling, just basically outlining a stencil that I have. So let's start doodling. So I'm going to probably just use these Kent graphic fine liners for technical drawing. They come in 3 sizes, so 0.5, 0.7 and 0.3. Says pigmented ink, waterproof, fade proof, acid free and archival. Because of course we're going to keep this doodle for 100 years, aren't we? So I think I would want to start with something simple. Just to get going. I think if you're not sure what to doodle, just use a stencil and trace it on there, or paint it on, or however you want to do. If you've got Gelli Prints or whatever, and you've got a background, you've got something you can already just trace around. So I'm just going to trace around these shapes and then doodle in the middle, because I just think that will be the easiest, and I just want something simple to get me started. And it doesn't matter, I'm not making it perfect, as you can see. Sometimes my hand doesn't go where I choose it to go. So yeah, now this might be a little bit boring, so I think what we'll do is we'll speed it all up, and so I don't have to think of what to talk about while I'm doodling, and you don't have to watch it in slow motion. So see you at the end of it. Okay, that one's finished. I'm quite happy with that. Very, very simple. Gelli print, stencil, and some pens. Gel pens, micron pens, and a jelly roll, white jelly roll. So I don't know if I like the black around all of them. Maybe I would have preferred the white around everything, but I did the black first. It does make it pop out more, doesn't it? So we have a circle, we have mandala, we have white highlights, stenciling, and painty papers. So filled the brief there. My doodling is really just outlining. Whether that's classed as doodling or not, I don't know. Mostly it's colouring in. But if you don't feel like doodling, just do that. The doodle was created for me by the stencil. Who's to say you can't do that? You can do whatever you want, whatever's fun, whatever's relaxing. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed it way more than colouring in a colouring in page. Doing it on my Gelli Prints just made it much more fun. The Gelli print, the jelly rolls were also, the gel pens were nice and easy to colour with. It was almost like painting the ink into the gaps. So I actually really enjoyed that too. Okay, next one. I'm going to take a little break and I'll do something else. This one I've chosen a blobby Gelli print that I'm not that happy with. You can just do this on plain white paper, but I'd rather have it with colour. I found this in my stash. I got this from an op shop. It's pretty handy. So you'll need a ruler and something to draw circles. I have a medium one. Now the thing is, I think I need... Now the idea I got this from was the YouTube channel is Drawing 3D Art. So I just looked up 3D circles and found one I fancied and had a practice. And then now I'm going to try and do it for real. So let's see. The other one I was going to do was 3D bubbles, but it didn't work. So I'm not doing that one. It's too hard. That was in acrylic paint. Yeah, but no. Anyway, I've got this pencil. No, I'm going to use a pen. We start with a circle. Okay. The example I saw, they had the lines going on the edge like this. So I'm going to use that circle as a starting point and just draw lines. And I'm going to do them, so there's a little mark on here, I'm going to do them. And you just go up to the circle and I don't think I've got this kind of straight really. It's going on an angle. Always happens to me. I don't seem to be able to do things in a straight line. Maybe I better go off the page. Already not very neat. I don't think it'll matter. It's going to get coloured in. Oh, I wasn't going to do it in black. Oh well, it's in black now. I was going to get a colour texture out. Oh, this may be a practice and I may do it again in colour. Yeah, I don't want to do it in black. I want to do it something colourful. Darn. I'm not too sure if you're meant to end on the edge of the circle, but we haven't, so we're not going to. Shame. Okay, we'll just cut that off straight when we get to that. And I need another. I want another circle. So that was that one. Let's have a bigger one here. So I'm going to put it here on that edge there. Okay, I'm going to have a little one, a medium one here, I think. Something like that. I don't know. The example I have only did one circle, so I'm kind of like. Now I need turn it this way because I need that little line to go on there. Okay, so you just draw all the lines down one way. Okay, done. Turn it the other way. Oh, I'll still look right with the black, I suppose. It's going to do a nice pretty colour. So the squares are the same size everywhere. Yep, that one's, let's see if this one's working again. Nope. Okay, well, this one seemed to work alright. Probably Copic marker would work fine too. I'm not sure. Obviously the Sharpie ones are not alcohol based. So these alcohol based ones, more Aldi stuff. So I'm using quite a lot of the Aldi art products I got. So there's a video for that where I showed you. So check your Aldi stores whenever you see one to see what art supplies they've got, because they're not always there, but when they're there, they're good. They've got a whole heap in markers, paints. What else did I get? Acrylic paint, markers, watercolor paint, watercolor markers. I don't know, I can't remember now. There's a whole video on the whole haul. Loads of stuff. I picked up some things for Mum. It was awesome. Alright, so I've done that. I'm out on the other side now. A lot of colouring in, so obviously I'm not going to show you all the colouring in. I'm probably not even going to show you all these lines once you get the idea. Because I want to do, oh, it's torn. Once you see what I'm doing, I'm not going to, I want to try to make the videos, you know, like just give you the idea, and then I'll move on to the next one. Carefully. The problem is that it's supposed to be in the center, and some of them are off center, so it might look a little bit on the weird side. So what we have to do is curve around one to the other. So we're going to curve around here and curve around here, curve around here. So you're meant to have the line in the center. But because I've done multiples, they're not going to be in the center. So you just got to meet them up with the one on the other side, but curve it so that it looks ball shaped. If it's in the center, you'll do a straight line. Mine have not ended in the center. Hopefully that's okay. That one didn't quite meet there. I don't know why. See, and that one's got no center one. I don't think it matters because the one I did actually had one in the center. Okay, I'm going to go like that. It's not quite perfect. I don't think it'll matter once you start colouring them in, and then you've got to go this way. So you go around like that. And you're creating a ball. Ooh, I didn't quite go right to that. It's aiming for the wrong place. So that one there is kind of like in the center. Alright, this one. Alright, oops, one more. Alright, we've got our 3 balls. Look alright already, don't they? And now comes the colouring in part. It's going to take a while. The alcohol marker makes me cough, so I might have to take breaks, but we shall see. So I'm just going to colour in. Let's start with the small ones and work our way across. I think it's easier to start with the ball, and then once you do the ball correctly, then you can add the outside ones on, and then as you get more done, you know where to go, because I got confused sometimes. Anyway, so I think I'm going to start with, I'm going to leave the big center one off, so I'm going to colour that one in. Colour that one in. Okay. And then you just do the checkers. So I'll do the first ball together and some of the outside edge, and then I'll either speed it up or just show you what it looks like when it's finished, because it really is just colouring in the little marks. So it's a different kind of doodling, isn't it? It's not really doodling, it's more colouring in, but you know, having the coloured papers, I think, makes the colouring in more interesting, so that you don't have to, you're not colouring in the colouring in, you're colouring in. I'm going to have to do that one, which is not really quite right. So yeah, that's a little bit on the strange side. I don't know what happened there. So now you've got to do the opposites. So on the outside, you do the alternate squares. So wherever you start from, just make sure you're filling in the opposite squares. It's probably just easy to continue with the ones next to them. So we've got here. Sometimes I left a little bit of a white mark between, but I'm not too sure whether I like that or not, so I'm not going to. It's tricky, and make sure you don't do the wrong ones. Maybe it's best to do a straight line. That way then you know you're going alternate every time. I'll get rid of the edge. As I say, I think it might have looked nice with purple, but we've done black. In this case. You could do any other colour. I just forgot I wanted to do a colour. Am I recording? Yeah. Okay. And then down here. Okay. So yeah, I think it's better to sort of almost ignore the, make sure you get all these squares right, and then the circles can, maybe they'll be easier to see whether you need to glue that down. I'll glue it after, just colour it in for now. Don't need that. I think the alcohol markers are quite good. They're quite, because they're quite, these ones are quite, you know, like Copic markers and that, they're quite, what's the word, juicy, rather than the Sharpies or the fine liner type markers. These are quite nice and juicy. So there we go. So that's, so you can see how that's popping out. And then we'll just add some highlights to it. So we have to make sure we do it the right one, where these squares tell you to. You're going to be dictated by the background, not by the because I find it easy to get confused by the circle, because I would have done a different one there. So do it by the background, you won't get it wrong. Okay, I'll see you at the other side. So we've got our 3 balls. The next thing is to give them some highlights with white. So we're probably going to use a Posca pen. So I'm going to just put some little highlights on there, and I don't know if they're any good or not, but not sure about that. But that's what we're going to have. Not too sure that they look like highlights, but that's what we've got. If not, they're going to be doodles. Okay, it's probably supposed to decide on a light source, but as I'm not a painter or an artist, I have no idea what I'm doing really. So we're just going to do this. Okay. I'm not sure that that wasn't what the guy did. The guy shaded it with kind of like so that it was more, yeah, it'll do. I don't know. We're just going to go with it. If not, it's going to be a doodle, isn't it? Putting my finger in it. Yeah, not too sure that works, but that's okay, doesn't really matter. Okay, so then the next thing is to just add some shading to the ball. So just going to add some shading underneath here. Okay, so it gives it a bit of a ground. I might just go a slightly darker colour. Darker colour close to it. Sort of. Just shade it underneath here a little bit. Not being a painter or an artist in that sense, not good with all the, you know, stuff that you're supposed to know. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, so the idea came from the YouTube channel Drawing 3D Art. He did just black and white. This is my practice that I realised I got wrong because I didn't have the centre line, so you're supposed to go down the centre with a line up here. So yeah, so that was my practice. It didn't quite work, but they still look like shapes. Anyway, I filled the brief. I've got circles, I've got painty papers, I've got highlights, little weird highlights. It's like a macro doodle. So we might do this as a doodle in one of our other doodles, you know, in a small square or something. But I've just done that particular doodle on a larger scale. So that's what we've done. Now I wonder whether I might just like to go around these circles a bit more. Okay, yeah, I think that's better. I like the definition of the circle better. Okay, this one. There we go. Probably could have had a nice little one down here, but then it wouldn't be 3, it would be 4. So we've got 3, so there's another one. So I've got 2 so far done. And yeah, you just get that nice sort of shading coloured sort of look with the Gelli Prints. Yeah, just use one of your plain Gelli Prints that didn't come out how you want, and you've got painty backgrounds. I think it's just more fun doing it with the colours than to just do it with plain black and white. I mean, I could colour those in, but can't be bothered. I like the fact that the colour's already there, and then I just add the marker. So there we go. That's 2 done. Or is it 3? No, just 2 so far. Having a little break, having some dinner, and I'll do some more soon. I've got this paper. I've went searching through my paper pad. I've got this. It says sketch and wash, paper mill, 50 ivory sheets. It's not quite totally bright white. 216 GSM, A4 size, takes pencil, pen, and light wash. What I want to do, I loved Leigh's so much. I actually want to have a go. Now, Leigh didn't do the background, so I thought maybe I'll do the background, and then I'm going to copy Leigh's doodle. I want to see if I can do something similar. I just loved it so much. It just looks like fun. So now she probably used watercolor. What are my bright? Looks my brightest. See, these have got some bright colors in. Yeah. Okay. Should be able to do something similar. Maybe with the with these. So I assume we're just going to. I'm going to lightly spray. Am I? I don't know. I really don't know. Can't find a spray anyway. So where's the spray gone? There's one, a little tiny one there. That'll do. Okay, so I'm going to spray the watercolors. Want pinks, purples, and yellows. Well, that's good because they're all my favorite colors. In here, and okay, we've got those. Now I'm gonna lightly spray here and there, not everywhere. I don't want it to be, you know, like wet and wet, but I would like it to have soft edges. Okay, all right, now we're going to go with a reasonable sized brush, I'm thinking, and plenty of water. No, okay, I really don't want to use my drinking water. I'll pour the drinking water into the jam jar. So let's go with purple. That looks like quite a nice, that's blue. Is that the right purple? Oh, it must be. Okay, let's go. Oh, okay, already a bit on the dark side, one would think, and maybe a bit big. Okay, we'll keep going. Oranges. Oh, my colors are very intense, aren't they? Some blue apparently. Oh, I don't know about that one. Oh, okay, we're getting mud. Okay, Leigh, I would love to see how you did it without mud. So probably not the blue, I'm thinking. And no yellow yet. Yeah, see, I get mud. And green. I'm going to take some of the paint off. Make it go a bit more pastel-y, I think. Okay, and then maybe just drop some more bright colours in there. Some pale yellows around the edge. Oh, that's not pale. And some pinks. I haven't really got pink as such. Kind of got mud. for blue that I didn't really want. Okay. All right. Okay, we're going to just put some purple on here. It's very smooth paper. Okay, so purple. Now we're going to have some reddy coloured. Some yellow. Okay. I'm not sure if she waits for it to dry beforehand, because there's some layering going on, I can see. Orange, because if I touch the other paint it's going to mix together, so she might mix them up, let them kind of like dry in between. So we're just going to have some very pale green mixed with a little bit of yellow. That's what she's got. I don't normally copy Leigh, try to copy Leigh. Well, I did once. I copied her lavender page and I liked the way it turned out. But I don't know, because she didn't do, so that's mud there, because she didn't do a background, I think it's okay to give it a go. All right, do we think that looks, it's a bit like Leigh's, maybe? Maybe it's not quite as dark in places. Let's have a little bit extra colours here and there. Just dab some off. She's got different shades of purple. I haven't really got different shades of purple, so I'll just mix that with red and make a different purple. Okay. I might do some splashes. I'll be a bit careful, because if your colours go in the wrong ones, they'll make mud, won't they? All right, so similar-ish to Leigh's, I don't know. Maybe a bit more. Ooh, that was very bright. These colours apparently are very intense. Okay, we'll call that similar-ish. I don't know if it is. Leigh's has got more layers, but I can't bother waiting for it to dry, so we'll just call it similar. All we did was splash watercolour paint on. Okay, so that was the one I was just drying, and that was the one I did before. I think I quite like the fuzzy one. This one I sprayed the paper here and there a bit first. This one I didn't, so I'm going to use that one. Put that one in my painty paper drawer. I just did a whole doodle and didn't record any of it. So I'll just show you what I've done, but I haven't got the recording of me creating it. But anyway, I did this one on camera. I like this one. It's the first one I did just to warm me up. I did this one on camera where I just made a like 3D circles. And I just did this one, which I thought I'd filmed using a Gelli print of mine that just had these circles in them. So I just took the circles and made flowers. So yeah, sorry, I don't know what happened. I just didn't press record, or I thought I pressed record. I'm not too sure, but so sorry. But you can see I just drew circles and then drew petals and then coloured it in with these markers. I like the alcohol markers because they're kind of see-through. They don't obliterate what's underneath, so you can still see the Gelli print, and so you get all these kind of markings on the flowers. So yeah, that was quite nice. I quite like that. And then I actually also did this one, which is a copy of Leigh's. So if you want to see how this was done, I'll show you how I did the watercolor background, and then if you want to check out how to draw like Leigh does it, then check out Leigh's video, because she has done a wonderful version of this. I quite like mine, actually. Now that I've come back and looked at it, I love all these little frilly bits that Leigh does. So please check out Leigh's video and all the other videos for the Doodle Challenge. So these are my doodles for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.